Instalando lo que es. Damn, look at that pimple on my forehead, on my nose. Look, guys. Look what happens when you eat what you shouldn't be eating. You get a pimple right in the nose. We're gonna wait for everybody to join in. For the ones that are already here, I want to say thank you for joining in. We're gonna be doing an undercut with like a mid to high fade. It's gonna be pretty cool. So let's wait for the rest. What's up? What's up, guys? Look at my pimple, guys. Look, you guys can make fun of this the whole time if you guys want to. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're doing an undercut. Very cool undercut. My day was good. My day was really good. We were busy, you know. Fridays are pretty busy here at the shop, so you can't wait for the tutorial. Yeah, we're gonna start in like 2 seconds. It's just I'm waiting for more people to join in, waiting for Denny to finish, waiting for Nestor to finish, and then we will be done. Shout out to Micaela Cerros. Sorry, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Let's see the hair I'm cutting. Okay. Friends don't make fun of each other's pimples. Yeah, no, look at that. I've been eating super bad. So yeah, that's what happens when you eat bad. You see? I'm gonna turn the camera around so you guys can see the model. This is gonna be our model for the day. Hey guys. So this is the model for today. We're gonna do, the top is gonna be long. Then we're gonna do a fade here. And the beard, I already took care of the beard. So, hello, hello, hello. Hello to the model. Okay, let's start. Nestor's gonna take over the camera and I'm gonna start cutting. So don't forget to, don't forget to, like, any questions, just ask and then we'll answer. Questions? Nothing? I need some space though. So we're gonna move back and just zoom in. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna separate the top from the sides. Since it's gonna be an undercut, it's gonna be disconnected. The client has been getting like the undercut already, so he said it's already disconnected, so it's gonna be pretty easy. So in this case, what I'm gonna use is
Where's everybody from?
Hmm?
Where's everybody from?
Who's me? Well, I'm Colombian and yes, Ecuadorian.
I'm Ecuadorian, Jose's Ecuadorian, Danny's Ecuadorian, and the model is Colombian.
Okay, so
And we're in New Jersey.
Okay, so we're gonna use whatever you guys call these, the hair holders, grippers, whatever you call them. This is part of the hair. You could also use like regular hair clips if you want to, but this one's work better for this.
You're London.
So
People from all over.
Sides. Yeah, they're from all over. So I'm pointing both sides, not the back, because the back we're gonna feed into like the actual fade. So we're not gonna disconnect the back. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create my first guideline. It's gonna be a skin fade, so my first
Shout out
guideline
to
is
London.
gonna be with a 0. This fade is gonna be kind of like mid to high. So what I do is I will look at the head and then I will kind of make my guy right in the middle. Since we're gonna connect the back and we want enough hair on the back so it can actually fall into it, then I'm gonna drop the fade a tiny bit on the back.
What's the time in Ireland? Yeah. No, they're asking what's the time in Ireland. Ireland. Ireland.
So we're just removing the hair from the bottom. Some barbers like kind of leaving the, like just creating a line, leaving all the hair on the bottom. I like to remove everything just to kind of like have like a clean canvas. I'm gonna do the same on the other side.
Are those the Send twos?
What?
The Send twos? I don't know what she means by that, but I guess.
I get
Oh, the
same-
CR, yes.
Yeah,
so the
these are
CR,
the Sears too.
the twos.
Yeah, these are the Sears too. So I mean the name's already coming off, but just put it on low, please. Okay, so once all the hair is out, so what I do pretty much is that I will look at the temple point, and that's kind of how I will measure my guides. Some people's temple is one is higher than the other, so at that point you're just gonna kind of like use the mirror or just look at the front and see, just try to gauge that way.
What's the hairstyle today, David, that you're doing?
So it's gonna be an undercut. We're gonna do like a mid to high fade, and we're gonna disconnect the top and we're gonna style it.
Jen said that her CR's twos are coming in tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So-
You're gonna love them. They're amazing. I mean, honestly, like they're not much of a difference with the other ones. It's just that you can actually remove the battery. So that's the only difference. Do you guys want me to do detachables, or you guys want me to use like a regular lever clipper?
You guys want David? If you guys want David to use the Supras like with the detachables to do the fade, or you guys want him to use a regular clipper like with a lever? What would you guys prefer? Regular clipper. You got one regular clipper. Yeah, regular. Lever clipper, please. So everybody's saying with the lever. Yeah, regular.
Okay.
All right, so we'll do regular then.
Okay. So my next
Yeah.
step is gonna be to shave. I'm gonna shave the bottom, right under the first guideline that I made. So I'm gonna use electric shaver. The only thing I can tell you guys is that don't go all the way to the first guideline. Leave a little bit of space, just so in case there's a line, you can actually fade it.
Someone said the detachables are confusing.
Okay. They're not, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess because they're different, but they're not that bad. I mean, they're pretty similar to the other measurements.
Somebody said if you got cordless seniors.
Cordless seniors, no, I don't have cordless seniors.
I mean,
Nestor does. I
you
can
can
use
use-
them. You guys want me to use them? I can use them.
Use my cordless senior.
I'll use Nestor.
You said if so, seniors a magic clip. I'm sorry? I always have such a hard time taking out the bold guideline. Follow the steps and I'll still have such a hard time.
Okay, I'll show you something. Can you zoom in?
Yeah, so this is the question for Queen. Sorry. I'm zoomed in.
Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but I kind of actually made a line here. I don't know if you can see it.
I'm gonna zoom in more.
So there's a little line here that I made with the shaper, right? Because I want to show you guys how to erase that, right? There's many ways you could do this. You can use, for example, you can use a trimmer. You can use like any trimmer that you have and try to remove that line with it. Especially if you use the corners or you use the clipper like this, like the trimmer, right? That's one way to do it. If that's not working, then you can actually use the same shaver to remove that line. I'm going to show you how to do it. So what you can do is that when we shave, we were going from bottom to top, right? So what you can do is you can just use one foil and you can kind of just go from top to bottom. That's going to remove that line. Another trick is to pull the skin. When you pull the skin, it makes it easier for the shaver to remove that line.
Yeah, so if we have the do you guys have the seniors or the fast feeds or magic clips?
Okay, I'm
Uh,
gonna use the seniors.
but we're gonna use the seniors. I cut with the magic clips. Danny cuts
I cut with the magic clip
with the
also,
magic clip
but
also.
I use the senior here and there. I
And
also
then
do the end is empty.
Li. And Jose uses the seniors.
Okay, so this is Nestor's seniors, right? So we're gonna use that one for you guys. So you guys.
Are your clippers zero gapped?
I use this zero gap Nestor. I don't know.
No, they're not.
Okay, they're not. They're not zero. So what we're gonna do?
So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a little better.
Okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna make our second guideline, right? This was the first guideline. We're gonna make a second one. For this type of haircut, like if you guys think about it, I have this amount of space to blend everything, right? I don't want to do this too short. You know, I want to keep a little bit of dark here, like the bulk, so when he styles the hair, it has like a little bit of length, and it looks kind of like it goes with the top, right? Even though it's disconnected, we still want to make it look like it flows with it, right? So what I will do, I will make a guideline, but I'm not gonna go all the way too high because then this is gonna be too light, right? And I want to still keep it a little dark. So I'm gonna do like half an inch.
What do you guys think, seniors or magic clip? Which ones are heavier?
These are heavier.
Yeah,
metal.
the seniors are
hair.
definitely heavier. The magic clips are plastic, like David
Yeah,
said.
this is metal.
Another question is, are metal guards and plastic guards the same size?
Yes, yes they are. Not detachable. Detachable blades are a little different. But if you're talking about the black wall guards, yeah, they're the same. Okay, so that's my first guideline, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna erase that line right away. So what I'm gonna do is, I made my guide here. I'm gonna close the lever all the way, and I'm gonna fade that line from bottom to top. Trick that you can do, you can pull the skin out because that's gonna give you more space.
G-Funk said that he feels that the magic clips are heavier than the seniors.
Okay, I mean, the housing of this is metal, so it's definitely gonna be, the housing is metal, so it's definitely gonna be heavier, you know, just because of that. But yeah, I mean, it could be. So you can see, like I'm kind of using like a C motion, right? So I'm doing this with the clipper because I don't want to make more lines. So when I'm done with that, I'm gonna open the lever a little bit and go a little higher.
Someone asked, what does... Oh, G-Funk has the old version. He has the corded seniors.
The quarter seniors. Okay, yeah, those are heavier.
Those are
Definitely.
heavy. What does zero gapping... What does zero gapping your clippers do? I mean, if you zero gap them, they're just gonna cut a lot closer. The two blades are gonna be really close to each other. But if you get too close, you could actually they'll be too sharp and you could cut the client.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
You gotta be real careful with that. So that's why I personally just keep them the way they come. I don't really mess with them a lot.
So that's pretty much the first guideline already faded into the skin. Right here,
What
right?
lining do you have in your shop? We have LEDs, daylights. That's the type of light bulbs
Yeah,
we have.
The temperature.
The temperature's daylight. Why you guys do these videos in Spanish? So there is many people who can't speak English. We do the videos in English one Friday, and then the next Friday we do them in Spanish, so everybody could learn, so we could alternate them.
Yeah,
So
if you guys
next-
have any questions,
There's two channels. This is the English channel, David Falla, and then there's the Spanish channel, which is David Falla en Español, and that's where all the Spanish videos are at.
So like that, because we were trying to do them on Instagram, but it became a mess with like some people asking questions in Spanish, sometimes in English, and it was just kind of becoming difficult. So like this is easier because, you know, like we have one language for the whole live tutorial. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do now Honestly, what I would do if I'm just gonna do
Wait,
it.
hold on, David. So to erase the first guideline, you use a flickering motion.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I did. You just gotta be a little bit careful with this type of blades, just because they're straight, they're surgical blades. So if you try to do this too much, you might. If you try to do this too much, you might make the mistake that you're gonna kind of like
You're gonna pull the skin.
pull the pores actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
skin
skin,
will
and
do.
then it's gonna hurt the client. So you can still do it, but you just gotta be careful when you how you place it. So what I'm gonna do now, and I think the easiest way to do this will be use a clipper over comb. So I can clipper over comb this to like almost to the first guideline, and like that's gonna be easier for me to erase everything, right? So pretty much I put the, 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 the comb on the skin, and whatever excess I see, that's what I'm gonna cut.
Cynthia said, I try to do a low fade and it ended up being a mid fade.
Your guides are probably too spread out. That's why. So you
Maybe
gotta make
spreading
your
them out
guides.
too much. A little bit more
Compress
compressed.
them a little more.
Vladdy, he said cool. He has the question about the Spanish. Yeah, like we said before, there's 2 channels, so every week we do tutorials every week, but we alternate them. So one week is Spanish, the next week is English.
So next week is gonna be in
So
Spanish.
next week's
Yeah,
gonna be in
next Friday
Spanish,
will be in
and they're
Spanish.
always on Fridays at 7:30 p.m. New York time.
Right. So what I'm doing right now, I'm starting to fade this into the first guideline, and how you can see on the back, I'm kind of creating a little triangle, right? So I'm going down on my technique because I want this to be long, and I want this triangle to be pointing on the bottom, so the cowlick can actually lay down there.
What kind of blending comb do you use?
I'm gonna tell you something, guys. This is the best of the best.
Show so they
blending
can
comb.
see it.
This is actually a super old comb from Oster. I don't know if they actually still make it or not. I mean, you can still buy it. I don't know if they make it, but it's called a styling comb from Oster. This is the best. In my opinion, the best.
Yes, I used to
And,
use another one, and he got me into them.
Yeah,
And-
explain to
and
them
then-
the size, like also the 1/8.
Okay, so yeah, so good thing about this comb, it's actually a 1/8, so it's actually a pretty much like wall guard, right? And also it's a strong plastic, so when you put it on the head, it's not gonna bend, and it's not gonna change your angle. Which you want a strong comb, so it doesn't change the angle while you're cutting.
Hi, best tutorial from Brazil, said Iverson. Thank you.
Brazil,
Welcome.
we gotta
Welcome,
go to Brazil
Brazil.
one day.
To have an inch for 0.5 and half an inch for blade 1 for to get a low fade. I'm sorry, I'm not reading this right. See if you
G-Funk, can you repeat that again? Because we didn't understand your
do
question.
half an inch
Yeah,
for 0.5. Oh, I think he's saying do half an inch for. No, I think he's answering somebody's question.
Oh,
Do half an inch for. Oh yeah. So he's answering.
he's answering
Cynthia.
somebody.
Yeah.
thank you for helping us out.
Okay, so
Oh.
this is a 1 from wall, right? Like a 1/8. It was a 1/8.
Yeah. No, sorry. We should G-Funk. We just.
Yeah, thank you, G-Funk,
Thank you.
for helping us answer the questions.
So that's a 1, right? We're gonna start with the lever open, and then we're gonna close it little by little.
Hi from Thailand. Hi from Iraq.
How you guys can see, it's already starting to look faded. So pretty much what I'm gonna use the back of the blade. I'm not gonna use this part. I'm gonna use this part to help me erase that line.
You guys want me to zoom in more, or is that a good? Can you guys see from there? Maybe if I zoom in a little better.
I'm gonna start closing it little by little.
Use the C motion on the corner.
Hmm?
Use the C motion on the red.
So when I'm using Detachables. So I start closing it little by little.
So what are your options on the World Cup?
Man.
Oh, I got Belgium and Croatia on the final. What about you guys? Who you guys got in the final?
Somebody saying hi from Morocco. Could you have just started with the 1 guard instead of doing clipper over comb?
Okay, if I was gonna do just guards, I would have done probably a number 4, and then go from 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, right? So what I did with the clipper over comb, I skip all those guards. I faded from like a 4 to like a 1. That's why I just gotta do this, do the 116, and I'm done.
Cynthia said thanks to G-Funk for answering the question, and she said I started cutting my son's hair, and it takes me about 2 hours.
That's okay.
Hey.
My haircuts used to take 2 hours.
We all been here cutting for a while, and when we first started, we used to take 2 hours also. Like low fades, especially if you're doing a low skin fade, they're very it's a very hard haircut, so it will take you a while. But you'll see that you keep doing it, the more practice you do, you're gonna get better at it.
I'm gonna tell you something. There's people that have been cutting for years and they cannot do a low fade. So don't feel bad, you know.
And Jose right here next to me, he takes 2 hours in the haircut. So
Yeah, regardless of what it is, even passing a tool around, it takes 2 hours.
Harry said England all the way.
England has a chance. Yeah, England has a chance. I'm gonna tell you something. England has been the surprise to me on the World Cup because, you know, like I know they have a good team, but I wasn't expecting much. And look, they've been doing great. So yeah, they have a chance.
Messi. They say Messi.
Messi too. I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow with France.
Yeah, like Jing Funk said, always take your time. Cutting hair is a craft. Definitely always take your time. Like don't rush. The more you practice, you're gonna get faster eventually. So just take your time, and little by little, you're gonna pick up more speed, and you're gonna get faster at it.
Just trust the process.
Yep.
I should be there.
King Cheetah said, "Wow, mind blowing when you did the clipper over comb. You should help me with a cut I'm doing right now."
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Okay, so that was that. Now we're gonna use a
He
116
said, "Gracias,
clipper.
señor Falla. Saludos desde México."
Saludos. Mexico mañana. So we're gonna do a 116, lever down or open, and then we're gonna close a little by little.
G-Funk said, "I find it hard to do clipper over comb. I usually take off more hair than I would like to."
It's just practice. It's just practice and getting your angles correctly. That's all. I mean, it's practice.
Yeah, it's
Like
the way
anything
you
else.
place the comb, so it's definitely practice. But it does say once you get good at it, it does save you a lot of time.
Oh yeah. And the good thing about clipper over comb, and the reason why I like it is because it's easier for me to give certain shapes, right? So for example, like on the back, I'm trying to create a triangle on the back, right? It's easier for me to do that with the clipper over comb than do it with guards, because with guards I might take too much out of it, right? It's hard to measure with the guards. Well, I mean, at least for me. So you see, I start closing it little by little, and if I need some more space, then I can just stretch the skin a little bit.
I mean 3, then 2, 2.5, then 2, and so on. I don't know what Cynthia means by I mean 3, then 2.5. I guess down fading.
I mean, this is kind of like down fading, right? We started from top to bottom.
He said, "Vamos Argentina, best live stream ever." Thank you, thank
Argentina,
you.
man, Argentina. Well, I would love Messi to win, but we'll see. Right, so pretty much after that, we go ahead and
The final's gonna be Ecuador and Chile.
back on Chile. There you go. So at the end, when we're done with that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go ahead again with the first guideline that we made, and just kind of like touch up whatever we need to, you know, like if we see things that need to be light up and things like that, then we do that.
My customer said I could actually see where he flattens the blade clipper. My customer said I can actually see where he flattens the blade clipper.
So I'm
When it
I'm
goes
using
higher.
one. I'm just touching up whenever I see that it's maybe a little darker. I just want to light it up a little bit. That's all.
Selena Anaya said, "Do you use your your texturing shears?
Do you use texturing shears?
Yes and no. I don't like using them too much. It depends on what I'm trying to do, but for the most part, I don't like using them. I feel like I can do the same using just regular shears.
Nice. That blend. Si ve, aprende hoy.
So now we're gonna use.
You guys have any questions of what David's doing?
Oh yeah, let me know if you have questions.
If you guys want him to repeat the steps he did. If I'm doing a 3 on top, do I start fading from the bottom up?
You could.
You
I mean,
could. It's the try to find out, like try to find a way how best is easier
Yeah,
for you.
she said I've seen so many videos I get confused. There is a lot of ways you can fade up, you can fade down. It really comes down to the way you feel more comfortable. However works best for you.
It's like if you baking a cake, right? You go online, you're gonna find a bunch of tutorials. They're all the same steps, or I mean, the steps might be different, but the result is the same.
Yeah, G Function said I find it much easier for beginners. That's how it started. He said fading down is for experienced barbers.
It could,
It
but
saves a lot of time as well.
think about it like this: if the person teaching you teaches you right away how to down fade, then that's the only technique you're gonna know. So that's gonna be the easiest for you. So it just depends on the way you learn. I mean, just find what works for you. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start doing the shape up. I don't want to push the shape up back. I mean, obviously you gotta look at the client's forehead and all that stuff and see where his hairline is. And if you need to push something back, then you talk to your client before doing it, and then then you take the decision what to do, right? Like I've been cutting him for so many years, so I already know what he likes. So I know exactly how to do it, right? So pretty much what I'm gonna do, I'll guide myself by where the hairline is on the temple and make a little guideline there with the corner of the trimmer, right? And then what I do, I will connect whatever I need to connect. In this case, this is skin, so there's no hair there. So I will just follow that natural line.
Javante said, "What's up, David? World Cup final, Croatia versus Belgium."
Yep, that's my final. Yep. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna tell you something. I would love for Argentina to win the World Cup just because of Messi. But I think Belgium is gonna take the World Cup.
I think fading up and making guidelines, then blending them is easier. That is, I mean, like I said, it depends on the person. That if you just make the guys, like let's say you do the 0, then you do the 1, then the 2, it is easier in a sense that you won't go higher. You know where to stop. So if you fade from the 0 to the 1 and then from the 1 to the 2, if you feel comfortable that way, that does help a lot.
Are you using?
Well,
Oh no, never mind. Are you? I thought you were there.
okay, so I'm gonna do the shape up. Pretty much what I will do, I will look at the client's hairline. And
Are you using enhancement or no?
Not in this haircut. You know what? Like I'm not big on enhancement. Like I don't have anything against it. They do what they're supposed to do. I just this type of hairstyles I kind of like the way it looks naturally. Right?
Are you cordless trimmers modified?
No, they actually. I'm gonna tell you something. These things are the best thing in the whole world. The way they come, they already come like zero gap, and they're the best. In my opinion, best trimmer right now. This one.
Belgium, saying the cut. I think his face without the beard would look better. Somebody said. So
No, he looks like a baby. He
don't want you to have a beard.
No. He looks like a baby. No. So what I'm gonna do on the following, I'm gonna start right in the middle, and then I'm gonna look at the corners and see how they are, and I'm just gonna connect those. That's it. So I start in the middle and work out.
How long have you been cutting hair?
About 10 years. I mean, we all been cutting for different.
Well, yeah, we've been cutting for a different amount of years. I've been cutting for 15. Danny's been cutting for 11. David's been cutting for 10. Jose's been cutting for 3.
What trimmers would you recommend for designs?
These are the best. I'm telling you, these are the best trimmers. There's no better trimmer than this right now in the market.
I have that one too.
I mean, I heard the beveless is really good too, but I like this one. You know, I'm an Endless guy. I like the Endless stuff.
G-Funk said, you don't tell customers what to do. Customers should tell you.
Yeah, like for example, like you need like I've been cutting him for so many years. I already know exactly what he likes, right? So my consultation with him is pretty short because he just tells me the same, and I already know what the same is. And that's how you retain clients. If you give your clients the same haircut all the time that they want, that's consistency. That's what keeps clients happy. If I was gonna give him different haircut all the time, he'd probably not be here with me.
Cynthia said, I started using the electric shaver, and I'm having a bit of a hard time erasing the line completely. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning of the video, David showed how to erase that line from the electric shaver.
Yeah, just rewatch the video after it's on the YouTube channel so you can see how I did it.
Yeah, so if
watch
you
a lot there, the videos are from that.
yeah, if
He
you
has a lot of videos.
she said that she missed it. Yeah, if you I mean this video is gonna stay in here, so if you go back to the beginning once we're done, he actually
The ones that you guys did, so.
yeah, and there's other videos in here too where you could actually see, but in this one he actually explains it pretty good how to erase that line. So if you go back to the beginning of the video, you'll see how he erases the line from the shaver.
So what I'm gonna do with the top is I'm just gonna like check, make sure it's all even, maybe give it a tiny bit of texture, and then and that's it. Okay, I'm gonna use my 5.5 sharp fin shears. Many of you asked about what shears we use. To me, those are some of the best shears, right? So with an undercut, which is pretty easy to cut, just because what you're trying to do, you're trying to create a square, right? So pretty much what you're doing, this is what you're trying to do, right? So you're trying to create a square. So think about it like you kind of create a flat top, right? That's pretty much what you're doing.
Pretty much a
You're
flat
pretty
top.
much trying to do a flat top on the top of the hair, right? That's pretty much what it is,
Yeah, perfect.
right? So that's pretty much what you're trying to do. You're trying to create a flat top, right? Trying to create these corners. You want to leave the hair a little bit longer so he can actually comb it back, right? If that's what he's trying to do. If he's trying to do something else with the haircut, then maybe you round it up a little bit. In this case, he just slicks the hair back, so we're gonna leave those corners. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do, right? So pretty much what you're doing is you're gonna pull everything all the way up, following the floor, right? So this is the floor. Everything is gonna go up. It's not gonna follow the head shape. It's gonna follow the floor.
What do you recommend I do if I want to let my sons grow a man bun but still have a nice haircut? An undercut.
Yeah,
An undercut.
Do an undercut, separate the top of the hair,
Section. Like section.
yeah, into the horseshoe, and then just undercut the bottom.
So his hair is pretty short. I don't need to section it because it's so short I can actually measure my own fingers, right? Sectioning becomes important when you have long hair that you need to actually don't get lost, right? That's what sectioning really does. So this hair is so short that I can just put my fingers on the head and know exactly how much I gotta cut.
So once you know how to fade confidently, you can fade however you want, up and down, skipping guards, and just blending shears or overcomb, clipper, overcomb, etc. Yep, that's true. Have you ever had someone come in and ask for jerry curls?
No,
No, we
Not
haven't.
here.
We
We
haven't.
don't get those.
Yeah. So you guys saw like I cut the first section already. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull the sides to the middle, right? If I was gonna do a regular haircut, I will follow that head shape, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing undercut. So we're gonna grab the section, I'm gonna pull it to the middle. So this hair is actually gonna be longer than the middle.
You see, David, his sections go straight up, not to the
Yep.
side, just straight up.
That's to the side. Everything just follow
every-
the floor. 90 degrees from the floor. Everything.
That's how you create a nice square shape.
Yeah.
Oh, at least I try.
For you guys that cut, barbers, if there's one shape you gotta learn is a square shape. Everything else, you might not need as much, just because for men, most likely you're gonna use either square or round, right? So round is pretty easy. Just you create a circle everywhere. For it's square because you're just gonna maintain those corners, so you elevate the hair on a 90-degree angle from the floor.
Bolton Barber says nice comb. Nice comb.
Nice comb.
Oh, yeah. These are the best in my opinion. Wise parts. They're expensive, but they're worth it.
They're worth it.
Greetings to Morocco. Got a barber from Morocco.
Greetings.
Is Cynthia says, is it half inch or inch between guards?
It depends what you're doing.
Depends
You
what
cannot, cutting hair is not like a step 1, a step 2, or step 3, right? Because everybody's head shape is different, every fade is different. His profile is not as big, so if I do inch and inch and inch, then I'm not gonna have enough head, right? So you have to like adjust it depending on the profile of the person, the head shape, and what you're trying to do, right? So in this case, if I was gonna do guides, it probably would have been like a half an inch. Give me
So that you look like a professor with those glasses. Professor David.
with the little pimple on my.
Which one you use? This one's a
no, give me the dry one.
Do you guys?
The black.
We use threading for eyebrows. Threads. No, we don't.
Black. Like that one?
Oh, this
or the
one.
black? No, black. Let me see.
No, it's not here.
Like that?
I'm a barber student. Since this is live, I just want to say thanks. I watch a lot of your videos, and well, you guys are moving me. And Mike said, David. Mike said I'm a barber student. Since this is live, I just wanted to say thanks. He's watched your videos, and it's helped him continue a lot and progress.
Oh, thank you so much for watching the videos. And you know what? We do this because we want to help, right? Like when we started cutting hair, like we got some help, so that's what exactly we want to do. And that's a lesson that you guys can learn. When you guys become better, or you guys have the means to be able to help, then do it. Like then help the next generation become better, right?
Share.
That's the whole, yeah,
Share the info.
Share your knowledge.
So what we're doing right now.
How do you get new and more clients?
How you get new and more clients? Okay, now I would say nowadays social media is very important, at least here in the U.S. So what you do is that what I can tell you the best is this: when you start working in a new shop, look at all the barbers there. Look at what they do and look at what they don't do. Right? Look at how good they are at certain things and look at the things that they're lacking, and then make a judgment call from there. Right? If all the barbers are really good at cutting, but their customer service sucks, then be the barber that provides the best customer service. Like that, people will look for you. That will be inside the shop, right? Outside the shop, what I will tell you is promote using social media. Take pictures of your haircuts, post them on social media, and if people can see what you do before they actually book an appointment with you, then most likely they will book with you because they will like what you what you have to offer. So those are my two things. The guys might have different.
No, definitely.
Yeah, work on your social media.
Definitely social media.
Be consistent. Be consistent with everything.
Hi from Brazil. Hi to Brazil. Is there a difference between fading and tapering?
Tapering, usually, depending where you're from, right? Tapering will be to taper the sideburns on the back.
Nice apron.
Oh, thank you. That's from my Astros Classic. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just gonna style the hair. Pretty much what I do, I want to create a little bit of volume on the front, and then kind of everything on the back is going to be more laid down. I apply a little bit of paste just because the paste is going to expand inside the hair, so it's going to create more volume and more long-lasting volume, right? I'm using medium heat, and I'm just going to blow drying the hair in the direction that I want it to go.
G-Funk says, I think you're the only barber who does live tutorials. I follow a lot of them on YouTube, and sometimes watching a recorded video, you can't interact.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true. Yeah, that's when we had this idea to start doing these events, and because it's like obviously we gotta do the other videos because that's it's hard to do live tutorials all the time, but we're trying to do them once a week and try to like interact with you guys, answer questions at the time that we actually doing the haircut. and like that you guys can learn, in a better way. So something that's very important is that you touch the hair and see if it's dry, right? Because it might look dry on the outside, but if you touch the inside, it might still be wet. So it's not gonna look nice when you apply product. So you gotta fully dry it.
As you see, he's blow drying in the direction that he wants the hair to go to.
On the front, I want it to go up, so I'm blow drying it up. And then on the back, I want it to lay down, so I'm blow drying it that way. And if you notice, I'm actually blow drying that dark spot that I left on the side, like the weight. Okay, you good? Okay, when you guys are done with this, what you do is that you apply cold air.
So first hot air and then cold air, right, David?
Yes.
So what does the cold air do to the hair?
So pretty much this is the science behind blow drying hair is the following. What you do is that you when you apply hot air to the hair, you actually are changing the texture of the hair, right? Because you're creating tension and you're applying heat, right? Once the hair is already hot enough, it's going to start moving the way you want it, and it's going to get the texture that you want. Once the hair has the texture that you want and style the way you want it, you want to seal that cuticle and you want to like pretty much make the hair stay the way it is, right? So that's where the cold air comes in. You apply cold air so it seals the haircut the way that you want it, and that's it.
So more like polished look, right? Type thing. Okay.
Yeah, so right now what we're going to do is that I'm going to use my razor and I'm just going to shape up, finish the shape up. So I'm going to pull the skin, put the blade on a 45-degree angle, and let the blade do the work, right? You don't want to apply too much pressure because these blades are super sharp. You don't need to apply pressure.
Okay, it says, Mark says, if a taper is usually cutting the temples and the nape of the neck, how do you consult with your client if they are asking for a taper fade?
So a taper fade will be just that. Like let's say this is all dark, and you just taper in the here and the back.
And the
right?
back.
So you ask the client, do you want do you want all this to be skin, for example, or you just want here and here to be skin?
Yeah, if they like over around the ears, it'll be like more of a low fade. So you explain them it's not a taper anymore; it'll be more of a low fade. And it's David. What's your Instagram? It's David.
You can look me up by the same name there, David Falla.
Yeah, David Falla. If you put David Falla, he'll come up. And you. As you see, David is stretching the skin while using the razor. Mike A followed. So thank you. G Funk said, David, do you do barbering courses?
Yes, we do. We are going to start doing them here in New Jersey first. Then we definitely going to go to different cities. I mean, if you guys are here in New Jersey, then you send me a message on Instagram. We can set something up. All New York, all the states around here that we can do. Like we can set up, let's say like you guys work in a barbershop or salon, you can just let me know how many people you have, and then we can set something up with the guys.
Michael says you guys should use Tone 45 products.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. They're from my boy Chris. Yeah, they're great products. They're great products. We don't carry them here. I mean, I do have the shaving oil, the shaving gel. Look, I have it right here. That's from the boy Chris. You gotta support all the YouTubers, you know. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of paste. right? So with product, in this case, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the product inside, right? So this is what we're gonna apply it on the inside. So if you don't apply on the inside, then what's gonna happen is the top is gonna be so heavy, it's gonna get flat, and then in the middle of the day, your hair is gonna be like super flat, right?
G-Funk says, David, are you going to come out with your own product one day?
Maybe if that's something you guys like, then yeah, I could do that. You know, I mean, where I see it, there's so many products out there. If it's something you guys want, and you guys want me to work on something that is gonna be different, you know, so then yeah, I could definitely do that.
Nice. Bolton Barber says perfectionist.
Yeah, we all are here. That's what we're known for, actually, in this barbershop. And that's it, guys. We did one side only. Reason why is because I have to go. I have my parents-in-law here, so I don't have as much time today, so I gotta go soon. But we still wanted to do the live and teach you. So this side, I'm gonna do like a little similar to what we did, right? So the other side is gonna be exactly the same way. But what we did I would say like a mid to high fade on the sides. We use a clipper over comb technique to fade from the long hair to the one. We wanted to maintain some of that length here, so if you guys can see, it kind of looks like it goes a little bit with it. So that's what we did. We faded with the clipper over comb, and then faded down using a 1 and a 1/16. And then the top, we just cut a square. So we cut you guys can rewatch the video so you guys can see how I cut it. But pretty much we create a square, leaving the corners here, so how you can see that he can style it back and it will stay back. If you take out those corners, the hair is gonna like just go forward, right? If that's something you want, then definitely, you know, like I don't know if you've seen a lot of like new haircuts of like little pieces falling down. You can achieve that by just cutting those corners, right? But if you want to keep that hair up, then you leave the corner. And then the beard was already done, and then just do the shape up, and that's it, guys. That's the full video.
Okay, it says
A few
Tavi
questions.
says, nice fade. Is it a skin fade? Yes, it is.
Yes, it's a skin fade. There's no hair here on the bottom.
And then G-Funk says, nice cut as always, Dave. I thought it was an undercut.
Yeah, it is an undercut.
It is an undercut.
It is undercut
It's
because
disconnected.
if you notice, this hair is so long compared to this hair. So what we did, we cut under, right? We cut under that hair. So it is an undercut.
Then Michaelia said, damn, perfect cut.
Thank you.
And G-Funk says, oh, the undercut here in the UK look a lot different.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to do an undercut.
There's different ways to do them.
There's so many ways
So
to do an
there's
undercut.
This one, the back's faded. There's undercuts where the back's not faded, so there's a lot of ways. You could go a lot tighter on the where this connects, so you could actually notice more the undercut, but the hair's still disconnected, so that's considered an undercut.
Yeah, so honestly, guys, like pretty much what an undercut is just it's a way for you to cut the sides really short and leave the top long, and then you can style it however you want. So that's really what it is.
Danny doesn't know how to read names.
That was Danny. That wasn't me.
That was Danny. My bad, I'm sorry.
Say it, Danny.
Let me show you guys with the camera. Yeah, you know what? Next time it's gonna be longer. Sorry, guys. Like we didn't have like as much time, to be honest with you. But yeah, there you got the haircut. I mean, you know what? You guys learned the steps. You can rewatch the video to see, you know, like rewatch it if you didn't get it, some of all the steps, and that's it. Okay, guys, we gotta go. Let me turn the camera around. Woo! Look at that. That's us right here. Me with the red pimple on the nose, and then Jose is here too.
Sorry
So
if I missed.
that's Danny and Nestor. So follow him on Instagram at Danny. What is it? Danny.styles.
Danny.styles.
Styles. Then ink underscore barber, and Jose.
GR Barber Style.
There you go. So follow them on Instagram. I'm actually gonna leave their handles right here in the description. I'll do it when I get home though. And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for. Bye, guys. Thank you. Take care. Bye.